Welcome to Comics from the Future, your favorite Friday show, where we preview and you can pre-order all the latest and greatest upcoming comics, and we are going to show you what is available right now.
What's first? It's something I read. So, to start off, we have Justice League Endless Winter #1 of 2, but don't be fooled, there's more than 2. So there's going to be bookends to this new Winter DC event. I believe it is 8 issues total if you want to read all the tie-ins. But this is really exciting. So they've kind of been teasing this for a little while. And basically, um, it's kind of the day after tomorrow. The world gets covered in ice, and it's up to the Justice League to figure out what's going on. I actually did get to read. I just read this issue today, and I really liked it. It's very character driven. Definitely with Barry Allen has some really good moments in this, along with kind of inter-Justice League banter, which I think actually, when you see them when they like finish a job and they're like, Wonder Woman's like, "Hey Batman, do you need a lift? I'm going by there anyways. It's not too far out of my way. I can drop you off in Gotham." And
in her jet, or did she just fly this time?
I think she meant in her jet.
Awesome.
And then
I wouldn't say no.
And then like Superman is talking to Flash. He's like, "Hey, I'll race you back to," and he's like, "If you can keep up." So there's a lot of that, but then there's also this big story about this ice giant. It has to do also with Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Used to be in the Arctic.
Right.
It got destroyed in Superman. There's ramifications for having that crazy of a place get destroyed and all his fancy crystals go scattering, and it causes some big issues. So really fun issue. I'll go ahead and move on to the next one, which is that's the variant for #1.
Wow, look at that chin.
Yeah,
he punched him in the Bruce Campbell.
Man, yeah, you don't want to see this from another angle where you just see like his neck just flat. Yeah, that in the background, that's the big villain for this, kind of a frost giant. That's the Daniel Warren Johnson variant.
That is a wild cover.
It's really cool. But yeah, so part 2 is technically this, and this is Flash 767. And as you can see here, a big part of this is Black Adam. Black Adam, Hippolyta, a character called the Viking Prince. They all dealt with this a long time ago, and now that it's coming back, they've kind of come back out to try and stop this endless winter. So Flash in this one teams up with Black Adam to deal with it. And then I believe, we've got the variant cover. Flash trying to run on snow.
I was trying to see if he's running or if he's skidding to a stop. It's kind of hard to tell.
It's a little bit of the same with him. And then, another thing we'll be talking about, they are starting the Wonder Woman 1984 variants through a few of these issues. So this is the Nicholas Scott variant.
It seems like DC, got tired of waiting for when the movie's finally coming out, because we've seen these covers for a while. They're really good, and they're finally like, let's just put them out. We got to get these artists paid or make our money back for this. They're definitely channeling some Gal Gadot right there.
Yes, for sure.
That smile.
And then we have, this is Superman Endless Winter Special one-shot. And this will work as part 3. And in this, Superman probably kind of feeling guilty for, maybe I shouldn't have had my house there and all the crazy stuff I was keeping in it. Goes off to try and solve this dilemma on his own. So this is just a one-shot. This is not part of the normal Superman series. And that one has the variant too, which is really cool.
That's Priya, right?
It
looks like his work.
I believe so. It says this is the Grassetti variant.
Oh, okay. I've not heard of him. New artists on the scene, possibly.
Yes. So really cool event. Spearheaded by Lanning and Ron Mars. So 2 writers have been in the industry for a long time. I think this is going to be really fun.
That's cool. It's a nice mini event too, and just in time for winter. Get off the cocoa and snuggle up. And
it does also take place during Christmas. That is a thing. We do see a scene of what some of the heroes are doing at Christmas. So just another fun kind of holiday spirit.
Well, I'll tell you, things are tough all around for the Justice League because, you know, death metal, I don't even think will be quite over when that starts, already having to go up against a Frost Giant. All right, well, so on to our next thing. This is Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Last Stories of the DC Universe. Long title, but what a title. The
Sounds
Last
very
Stories.
depressing.
So, and it's a little deceptive as to what that means. I think it sounds pretty cool, though. So this is a big book. It's 80 pages for $9. A lot of good creative teams on it I'm going to talk about in a minute. However, what it's about is, you know, what if you thought that today could be your last day? You know, tomorrow you're going into battle, you could die, like legitimately. They wanted to go over that. You know, there's a lot of books where characters go into sort of deadly situations, but we don't get to see right before that.
Yeah.
And this is The Quiet Before the Storm. This is the book. It's supposed to be about the Justice League and the Titans and Teen Titans before they go and do their final battle with the Batman who laughs, who has gotten huge, who is like battling people with planets and such. So this is a series of tales of what they do, the conversations they have, the secrets they reveal, thinking that they really could die.
Like a calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Reminds me almost of like Lord of the Rings when they're about to go out and they have like very intimate moments first to be like, is this it? Is this...
I like stories like that. And so I think a lot of people are going to go, oh, there's a lot of death metal. You know, they're not going to lose. I don't want to read that. I don't care if they lose or not. I care that in this it's being written as if they think they could lose. I think it's a really interesting hook. Listen to all the awesome people on this. We've got James Tynion, Scott Snyder, Jeff Lemire, Josh Williamson, Mariko Tamaki, Mark Waid, Gail Simone, and that's just some of the writers. Artist-wise, we got Francis Menopal, we got Mirka Andolfo, Raphael Albuquerque, Travis Moore. So while this is a $9 price tag, you get 80 pages. I think there's 6 stories in it. I'm looking
to have
forward
like Mark
to
Waid back and Gail Simone, people we haven't heard from in a while, especially in the DC universe. That's huge.
Yeah, I think, you know, and they've gone off to the indie world. I think their chance to come in and write a story like this was probably what drove them back.
Yeah.
It's just the one cover, so place your orders as soon as you're ready.
Okay, so this is our share prize for the week, but it's also a new series starting, and they did this in the past, but Batman Black and White, it is a 48-page prestige format, so it's going to look like what Batman 3 Jokers looked like. 48 pages, $6, but it features a few different stories from different creative teams that are not really connected to each other except with the black and white theme. It has just sort of a noir feel to it for that reason. So once again, another book that has a lot of creative teams on it. In just this first issue, it starts off with a story by Tynan and Trad Moore, and I love his artwork. It's just super like spacey feeling, and I got to look at a preview of this, and it was really nice.
He did the Silver Surfer Black, right?
Silver Surfer Black, Luther Strode. Great artist.
Yeah, it's super captivating. So
just really fall into his art.
This is a 6-part series, and in just this first issue, we have that story with them. It's about Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins. We have a story about an infestation of ninja man bats. Killer Croc makes an appearance. So it's about 6 different stories, and that's just in this first issue. It's a 6-part series. So $5.99 for each issue.
It's funny, we just had Wolverine Black, White, and Blood come out.
Yeah.
We have this, so I like these like little stories that aren't tied to the main continuity, but just fun.
Yeah.
If Joker's in this, surely he has got to make like a corny black and white and red all over Joe.
Yeah.
Probably like punches Batman in the teeth or something.
A panda rolling down a hill or whatever the joke is.
So we have some variants on this. The first cover that you just saw was Greg Capullo. This one is J.H. Williams III. This next one is Peach Momoko. She's not using her colors palette this time. Black and white Peach Momoko cover. And then lastly, we have our just blank variant. And it looks like a little bit of TV static or something there.
Blank textured variant.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like cracked leather.
There's something going on there. But that's our blank variant. So let us know which cover you guys want. It sounds like a really good, easy to just get into series if you like Batman.
Next we have from Marvel, Namor, King in Black. So this is of course, a tie-in to the one of the biggest events of the year, if not the last few years.
It
King
has
in
to
Black.
be. It says it in the bottom right.
It says in the bottom right that you don't get that space for nothing. This is issue 1 of a 5-issue mini-series. And Jason and I were both researching this to be like, how does this tie into King in Black? What is the purpose of this? You know, we haven't seen a whole lot of Namor recently. And what's interesting about this is it actually goes back in time to where Namor and Atuma and Lady Dorma are all teenagers, but maybe there's something in Atlantis that is related to Null and the King in Black. There's some kind of dark magic or something. Maybe he's been there before. So sounds really interesting, and also from the standpoint of how does this tie in? Like, what's going to be revealed in this that you go, oh, this is actually
what happened so far in the past that's going to be tied in with the present and with Null, a character we only learned about just a couple years ago.
Right. So I think this sounds really interesting, especially because they're giving it 5 issues. So that means there's a story to tell here.
Yeah, we definitely spent some time looking into how this tied in. And we went as far as to read the solicitation for number 2 and number 3. And by number 3, you can tell it does tie in. There is some direct tie-in.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't spoil it because there's it's in the solicitation, but there's something called the Black Tide that's coming in, and King in Black, Black Tide sounds like bad news.
So I know we're gonna have some questions about whether or not, if you're on all King in Black, whether you will get this pulled for you or not. It is always safest for you to just let us know, especially with mini-series like this. We may pull the first issue for you and try to ask you if you want to be on it, but don't assume just because you're on all King in Black that you'll get the full series. If you want it, sign up. It always is good to double let us know.
You'll definitely get the main series King in Black, but Namor, King in Black tie-in 1 through 5, that's where it's nice to just
Exactly. That's where there's a little bit of a gray area there. So we will do our best to get you everything you need, but definitely let us know.
Then we have this really cool variant, the Smith variant, which is kind of the modern day Namor with his really cool new armor and everything.
Ignacio's making a joke. Aquaman for me, he says. Okay, so from Marvel, they are launching Sword again. This is back, so Sword started back in 2009 as a series. It was about basically X-Men going into space, trying to, just see what's out there and protect Earth. Well, Krakoa has gotten so big and so important in the world that they've decided to do this again. They've put together another team that is going to deal with all things extraterrestrial. And so this is a new ongoing X-Men series. The team consists of Abigail Brand, Cable, and that is the younger Cable, Frenzy, Fabian Cortez, Magneto, Manifold, and WizKid. And here is the Dodson variant for that number 1. And the Lupacino variant. So fans of the X-Men, just let us know that you're signing up. I think it's cool what Hickman has done with this X-Men. He's made his own universe. I mean, you could almost have the X-Men be a whole universe aside of Marvel. And I think that's really incredible. They have so much lore, and now let's send them into space. New kinds of stories.
It's interesting they're using Sword because, Sword was a thing before. So you have S.H.I.E.L.D., of course, that is Earth-based. It's kind of the defense of superheroes and everything. And then you have Sword that kind of punctures out into the universe, and it's kind of the what they use to explore and defend space. So really cool they bring that back. And Abigail Brand was Beast's girlfriend for a while. I'm not sure if they're still together, but...
So now we're going to launch the next part of the show where we go over other number 1s and other cool covers that we just want to make people aware of. So.
All right.
Well, I missed one of my.
Your variants.
Yeah, sorry. This is the Lupacino variant.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay, as Jason said, this segment is just other number 1s and one-shots and just cool covers. So we don't want you to miss them. But here they are. Starting first, we have Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 1. And going along with that, another Tales from the Dark Multiverse. Next is Flashpoint.
Yeah, so those are just the fun one-off stories. What if basically these big DC events went wrong?
Yep.
Mhm.
If it says Flashpoint on it, I want to read it.
Yeah.
Flashpoint, that storyline is so amazing.
All right.
You want me to take this? So
Yeah.
so this is the A cover for Batman 104. Hugely popular since Tynan's taken it over. Great covers there. And here is the Matina cover. We've all come to know and expect for its coolness. A lot of cool play with light and shadow in this one. Ooh, and this is the
J. Scott Campbell.
The J. Scott Campbell Wonder Woman 1984 variant for Batman 104. I know it doesn't look like a Batman cover, but
Yeah.
still very awesome.
You don't see him on there? Next, we have DC's Very Merry Multiverse.
Yeah, this has been, a lot of people have been requesting this already.
It's so much fun. I love that DC does this. They do this almost every year, I want to say. They do a big, oversized holiday one-shot. They also did the Halloween ones that we had. But this is
Bat Snowman.
Yeah, and you got Captain Carrot on there. You've got, all the multiverse versions of characters. And these are fun because they are by different creative teams, little stories, just usually pretty fun, have a light-hearted message in them, but
all right, and next we have Deceased Dead Planet number 6. This is the Matina cover. Almost getting to issue number 7 here, the last of the series, and then we have the Ben Oliver movie homage variant. What movie is that from?
I can't tell.
I know that is so
Lightning Man.
We had the Green Lantern, but it was an Aquaman movie poster. Now they're not even breaking out of the franchise.
Yeah, which is pretty funny. So there's the movie homage for Deceased Dead Planet number 6.
So this is Green Lantern Season 2, number 10, the J.G. Jones variant. I just thought this one looked awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what that crazy monster is, but what a cool cover. So there that is.
Ooh, the next we have Rorschach number 3. And this is a Jock cover.
And I wouldn't have known that just looking at this. I wouldn't
know
know that's Jock.
It's not very traditional Jock.
It's kind of hypnotic if you keep looking at it, and I think that's what he was going for.
Having fun with patterns and everything.
Now we have Far Sector number 9. This is the B cover, the Megan Hetrick variant.
This is Wonder Woman number 768. This is, if you can't tell, by that style we all know and love, this is the Adam Hughes variant. And the same book, this is the Joshua Middleton variant.
So regal. So this is cool because this is Detective Comics 1032. Jason and I were talking about this the other day, that through these variants, that it's actually a story. So we had the one where Batman was walking to the Batmobile. Yep. Then the previous issue was Batman driving the Batmobile. And now he's gotten out of the Batmobile that's in the background and investigating a thing. So it's a very slow, one cover at a time story of Batman driving the Batmobile and investigating something.
Yeah, this can't be a coincidence.
No.
Rhino is definitely doing this on purpose.
This is going to be actually the most epic story in DC history that's played out one cover at a time. And then, of course, we have the Wonder Woman 1984 variant. And this is actually the Art Germ variant. He's very channeling the lifelike features.
Okay, Batman Adventures Continue, number 7. One of the most pared down covers I've seen from this series. This is the B cover by Justin Erickson.
That was actually the background on my phone on the home screen because it doesn't it's not too busy.
No.
I just thought it was really cool.
That would make a great background. Yeah. And the shape of it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Dark Knight Death Metal number 6. This is the A cover by Greg Capullo. Of course, it'll have the foil embossed at the top like all the first print A covers have. This is the B cover by David Finch.
Love that one.
Here is the C cover by Art Germ. So I'll just tell you, we got this, we found this moments before the show. It was not on any website. We did a general internet search and found they had just posted it on a Reddit forum, DC's Reddit forum, like probably 10 minutes before the show. but what a cool cover.
I love it. I'll definitely be getting this one. So cool.
Yeah, we try to get them all up there. We're going to hit some covers we don't have because they didn't get them up in time, but we got you this
Down
one.
to the last minute, we're being like, is this one up yet? No. Is this one? Okay, it's finally up. Never going to pull it.
Yeah, we check artist websites, their Twitters. Like, you never know where you'll find it. This is the D cover by Perio. Perio, he draws monsters sometimes, but he mostly draws people. A lot of females. Sometimes, he did Superman. Cool to see him doing a dinosaur.
Yeah,
it's a flat out dinosaur, but he had fun with it.
So next we have Avengers. This is number 39, and one thing that's cool about this is that in Avengers they've been going back and exploring like the historical Avengers or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is like one of the first versions of the Phoenix. But what's big about this too is we have the nullified variants. So
we don't know what it looks like.
We don't know what it looks like, but you can imagine it's real creepy. So you'll see going forward that this is for King in Black, kind of our heroes possessed by the null virus. I don't know what you would call it.
Before we go forward, I'll say it's moments like these that this stuff gets underordered though, because the order isn't the cover isn't ready. Us retailers have to order it by Monday, and people go, "Oh, I can't see the cover. I don't want it." So if you think you might want this, let us know. We base our numbers off of pre-orders. So yeah, we don't know what it is, but it's nullified.
Yeah.
You probably want it if you're into that. Let's show you some of the ones that they have finished now.
Yeah, so we have the Miss Marvel, and this is for, let's see. This is actually Captain Marvel, number 24, the more nullified variant, which is super weird because her arms are stretchy, but also bisect-y. It's very spider-like.
Yeah.
Then we have Amazing Spider-Man 54, Sequoia nullified variant, which he just got really cool shoulder pads and a Joker mouth. Then here's another one. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy number 9 nullified variant. So who knows? Is this going to be Rocket and Groot nullified? We don't know. The whole team.
Star-Lord. I don't know.
What's funny too is this is how we've gotten characters like Gwenpool and stuff have actually come from variant covers during themed months. So Gwenpool came from the Deadpool themed variant month, and the character was so big, got a spinoff. So I'm always waiting for one of these characters to be so popular in appearance or whatever that they get their own series at some point. And then really cool one. I love that they did a Conan nullified variant.
I hope that's the spinoff character.
I would
nullified Conan.
I would so read that whole series of him fighting symbiotes and everything.
I mean, it's a little Savage Avengers.
It is, but I'm all for it.
Yeah.
We have Venom. This is number 31, and it looks like Human Torch is the...
This is the nullified cover. I'll have to inspect it more, but maybe it's Human Torch nullified? I can't quite tell. But this is the Venom 31 nullified cover for sure.
Moving on, we do have the Venom 31, the Kib variant, which is also just a really cool cover. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could also call it nullified because it's all null all the time.
I think it says a lot. It's like, he's sort of puppeteering the symbiotes because he's the god of symbiotes.
And then we have the Stegman variant, which is just the straight up Null face.
I don't know how Null doesn't bite his tongue all the time. I mean, I don't even have teeth like that or a tongue like that. And I still bite my tongue.
There's not enough drool on that because you'd be drooling like crazy.
All right, getting outside of all nullified covers, but back to Conan. We have Conan the Barbarian number 17, and this is just the A cover.
That is crazy, and it's a new artist, new to me. He's been doing some things lately. I think he's a rising star personally.
Yeah, he's also doing that the nullified variant too.
So this is Overwatch Tracer London Calling number 1, the A cover from the super popular video game, and the B cover by Babs Tarr. Is she doing the
She's the interior artist on this as well, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Next we have Dynamite never know how to say it properly without screaming die. This is number 3, and this is the Prio, I believe the A cover.
Yep.
With Deja Thoris looking all melty.
Yep.
And then we have Red Sonja number 22, and this is the A cover. Lee has been doing the past few series of A covers, so they look awesome.
I thought that cover was... I personally put that cover in there because I was like, that stands out.
Yeah.
This is Lumberjanes End of Summer number 1, the A cover. What you were telling me something about this.
So Lumberjanes is coming to an end. It's been going on for years and years now. Very popular series. But I guess it was announced not that long ago that it is getting a Netflix series by the same creators that did She-Ra. So I feel like it's, a cool time that they're doing like this kind of wrap-up miniseries.
They're moving to TV.
Yeah.
Summer's over. Time to graduate from whatever schooling they're in to TV. This is the B cover, the Molten cover.
Cool.
So just some of the badges they
Some
won.
badges, yeah.
And this is the C cover, the Walden cover. Sort of a final goodbye.
Goodbye, tree. Next we have Erratic.
If Dynamite wasn't enough, now we have Erratic.
Erratic. So this looked really cool. This is a new series by the Upshot. Is that what the company's called?
Yes.
Yeah. So Mike Deodato Jr. has been working a lot in this. This series sounded really interesting about a kid who has superpowers, but he only has superpowers for 10 minutes a day.
Yep.
And it's got a really cool variant cover.
The bottom of the cover kind of says it. 15 years old, 10 minutes to save the world.
That's cool. Good hook.
Yeah, and this is the, I believe, the Deodato cover.
Yeah,
very Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that's
look at very
feel.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right, Spy Island. This is the cover B for issue 4, which is the last in the series. This series was kind of weird because of COVID. There was some weird shipping to this, but don't miss out the last issue in the series. This is by the same artist who's done a lot of the B covers, a lot of the A covers. She's a poster designer by trade, but has come into the world of comics, and here we have a videotape-looking variant from her.
I think I've seen that cover in a lot of thrift stores over the years. Interestingly enough, I think I might even have a closet full of those covers.
Yeah, and the side it says like Super Bowl '95 or something like that.
NASCAR race.
Yeah, and you found that you accidentally recorded over like a wedding.
Yep.
That you should have kept. Okay, this is Stranger Things and Dungeons and Dragons number 2. This is the Beck cover. I like it a lot. I love D&D. So Andy and I, he brought up, he's like, what's this have to do with Stranger Things on? I was like, oh yeah, I just think it's cool, I guess.
Just a cool D&D cover.
Yeah, so.
And speaking of D&D, it's Dungeons & Dragons Spine of the World number 2. And this is the character sheet variant where you can use this character in your own game with all of his stats and all that fun stuff.
All right, now we have Giga, and this is from Vault, correct? Number 2, if you picked up issue number 1 here, then number 2 is out. We still have some number 1 as well. This is the A cover, and then we have cover B by Adam Gorham.
They're not climbing a mountain, they're climbing a Giga.
A robot.
Yep. This is Knock 'em Dead number 1. It's a new series from Aftershock. I actually don't know much about this, so I'll judge it on the cover. So it is about an undead who's come back to life, but his funny bone's stronger than the rest. So he takes up stand-up comedy, and he tells jokes that'll kill the audience. I don't know if that's really what it is.
So what I read about it, because I actually did read a little bit about it, as much as all of that sounds fun, it is about kind of the life of a stand-up comedian. Either gets killed or there's some supernatural elements that come into it. They said it's still very grounded, but with these hints of supernatural, which I guess you could tell by a skull head. But
that sounds pretty cool too.
Yeah, the writer's the same one who did like Midnight Vista and a couple of the other Aftershock books recently.
Okay, next up we have Vampire the Masquerade number 5. This is the David Mack variant. He's been doing the variants for these, and they are so pretty.
Yeah, his variants are so nice. So this is Hellboy and BPRD, Her Fatal Hour. This is the A cover by an artist I don't recognize, Trevelyan, but I think the style fits great.
Trevelyan's the name of Sean Bean in James Bond GoldenEye.
Oh.
So, good job, Sean Bean.
And this is the Mignola B cover. He's just sort of releasing the Hellboy little by little these days.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's cool.
All right, this is our last section.
Yes, Sweet Tooth Returns number 2. This is where we just talk about maybe
Number
some
twos,
issues you've read and you're like, oh, I really like that. This is to remind you that tell us you want to get on the full series.
Also, collected editions and toys, if we have any of those to talk about.
So this is Sweet Tooth The Return number 2. We just got Sweet Tooth The Return number 1 this week. Which was really awesome. I love this cover for number 2. I'm excited to see what Jeff Lemire does with this retelling of the series.
Then we have Batman the Chalice. This is $20. It collects the original graphic novel Batman the Chalice and Batman the Ankh.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, this is some series that came out back when they were... DC did those weird size trades that were very thin.
But they were still like thick.
Yeah, they had like cardboard covers, but they were thin. It's nice that they collect those because they're kind of hard to find in good condition.
Yeah, we've definitely had our fair share of those come through, but this will be a collected version for $20.
This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Jenica 2, number 2. So if you picked up number 1, here is your opportunity to order number 2 or get put down for the whole series.
Next up is The Walking Dead Deluxe, and this is number...
I think it's number
4. This is the B cover. I just read number 1 of the Deluxe this morning.
Yeah, we discovered there's extra stuff in there. There's some deleted scenes. It's not just a recoloring. There is some extra stuff in there if you needed an extra reason to read this.
There's some great insight from Robert Kirkman in the end of it, where he really like just lays it all out, and it's like, I didn't know what I was doing here, or this character was completely meant to go this other direction, and I changed it last minute. So very fun, especially if you're just into what the process is of making a comic.
It's fun. It's almost like having a conversation with an artist you really like and getting to see some of the inner workings.
Okay, Warhammer 40K. This is the Marnius Calgar series that's been going on. This is issue number 3 of the 5-part series.
This is Heavy number 3. This is the B cover. So they keep doing the A cover where it's sort of like colored nicely, then the B cover where it's all the red and the black.
Yeah.
So this is the B cover. If you've been enjoying Heavy, here is what number 3 B cover looks like.
Next we have Red Atlantis number 2. We just got issue 1 for your political crime thriller itch that you have. You need to check out Red Atlantis.
And look how they made it look like a thriller book.
Like I love that. I'm such a sucker for whenever they make those. Like they had the little cracks and everything. Like you got it at a thrift store.
Now Giga again. This is the Giga number 1 second printing. And there is also a foil version of this for $9.99, just like they did with Autumnal and with a couple of these. So you can get just the regular second print or the foil version, which is $10.
All right, so I know probably none of you out there got this.
Yeah.
Phantom Starkiller number 1. This is the second print. This was a surprise hit. This came out. We didn't really have many pre-orders. We got a few, flew off the shelf. And then we had a bunch of people come in, ask for it, call for it. So they're releasing a second print.
It's really cool. If you don't know anything about Phantom Starkiller, it's very much of what like He-Man was originally, where it was a toy, and they made a comic based on the cool design of the toy. And the toys were basically like, we just want to make the coolest looking character we can. Like this Darth Vader meets Skeletor meets all this stuff. And they're like, this character's awesome. Let's make a comic about it. So this came off, this is like where you actually get the story of the character.
The name sounds that way too.
Yeah, it's just everything that these guys thought was cool put into one character.
It's like, what's cool? Ghosts, space, and assassins. Phantom Starkiller.
Okay, Scarlet Witch by James Robinson, the complete collection for $34.99. So now we're getting into a couple trade paperbacks that are coming out soon.
All right, this is a Cullen Bunn omnibus called All My Little Demons. He's done a lot of different work at Aftershock, and they've put it all together for $80. is hardcover. I don't know how big it is. I expect it's going to
Probably
be
pretty big.
Yeah.
pretty hefty.
I just love this idea that, like, it's not an omnibus about a book. It's an omnibus about the guy. Like, if you like Cullen Bunn, which I'm a big Cullen Bunn fan, this is just all of his cool books he's done. He's done a lot at Aftershock.
Yeah.
He's an interesting person too. I remember reading in one of the books, like, his dad was a hypnotist or hypnotherapist, so he just has a lot of backstory with that. Imagine being the child of a hypnotherapist and all the weird people that would come through and the problems they'd have. Lots of good fodder for horror stories.
Yeah, I know. He did the Unsound, which was really
Love
awesome.
that.
We've sold that so many times to people.
Dark Ark.
Dark Ark, yeah. Some toys.
Yes, we have. This is Pop Super Marvel Heroes Thanos Earth 18138, which I believe is this the
Donny Cates.
This is the Donny Cates one from Cosmic Ghost Rider and everything that popped up, where Thanos became the Punisher.
Well, it's because the Punisher like raised him as a baby, and then he took up the mantle of the Punisher,
which he didn't want him to do, and then he ended up doing it, and it's just the whole series is great, but I love that they're making pops off of this like story arc or the story idea that was in that.
And of course, this is $10.99, just sort of standard pop price.
And then we also have the Mandalorian Cara Dune Funko Pop, which are actually the Star Wars ones are bobbleheads.
She's my favorite mercenary on The Mandalorian.
She's so good, and no spoilers for today's episode, but it was great.
Ooh, I haven't seen it yet. Yes.
And then we have Mithril, who, if you remember, was in the first episode of season 1. Really fun, goofy character.
Okay, and that is it. That is our show for the week.
Yes. We really appreciate all of you who watch and engage with our video, whether you comment and order or just give us a thumbs up, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. It really means a lot to us because we put a lot of effort into not only the show, but your orders, and we work super hard to make sure you guys get the entertainment you need because, you know, sometimes life is tough, and it's nice to have a comic or a movie or just some entertainment.
Or a bobblehead to sit here and go.
A bobblehead. So that's one really nice thing that we get to do is connect you guys with that sort of material. So it means a lot to us that you watch this. So thank you very much. And tune in next time to see who wins our giveaway. And in the meantime, send us a message, stop by, and we will see you very soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.